Welcome back. Um, kind of keeping with this theme of multiple things in multiple spaces, and I know Don Quixote is sort of one of the ideas I'm playing with, but I also think a lot about culture. Culture is sharing the same space and mixing. And last year, I was able to go to Mexico for the first time in my life and see some Mayan culture, and I just kind of had this idea um, of some sort. There's these interesting symbols that they use for their language, like hieroglyphs from the Egyptians and so forth. Um, their structures are similar, but very much their own, very unique. Their culture and their history is different, and it's very fascinating. And this character here, whatever he's turning out to be, gives me this. If it's not Don Quixote, he could be a conquistador, and this is an idea we can maybe explore, and maybe sort of explore these cultures coming together, clashing. We'll see. But what I want to do is, for some reason, I find myself wanting to put some sort of structure. It's not necessarily a European castle here. I'm thinking about composition as well. What could be dramatic? What could have an impact? What can also make a balance in the composition as well. And so sometimes you just have to do something you're not sure what's going to happen. I was playing with that idea of a windmill there. Sort of these dreams that one tries to attain. But then I started thinking about maybe something pyramidal. I know at one point I kind of had a pyramid down here that maybe is a geometric thing that I was thinking about. But they had these pyramid shapes where they have these like sort of structures on the top and then mini steps. I just like that idea. That maybe that's what we can play with. I like the idea of a jungle. And again, I like the idea of a lake or a sea. And I mean, this is just all experimentation. It's all we're really doing right here is experimenting. Sometimes I think one day, maybe after I'm long gone, people might want to, you see these stories about paintings under paintings where they're using X-rays to find out like what was underneath this Da Vinci painting, and then you see this whole other image. And I think I'm so scatterbrained, really, in so many ways, indecisive in some ways, and I just kind of keep going and changing. I sometimes think, oh man, if they ever did that to one of my paintings, you get to layer after layer after layer after layer of things that I decide I didn't like, painted over. And this might just be an image. There's so much to history that we do not know, and we like to think about it in facts and dates and factoids and pieces of information. I gotta get this chair out of here because I'm I need the space a little bit more. But really, that doesn't tell us what we need to know. If there were human beings existing in these times, that they had emotions and feelings and lives, obviously. So there's a whole emotional history that we don't even think of when we think of these events that happened in the past. And we think about the universe. It's going to make something that looks like maybe a Mayan hieroglyph here. Who knows? When we think about time and how things are really more of an illusion than we perceive. That even to our own role in this place in our planet, in our little corner of the solar system, a little corner of the Milky Way, or a little corner of the galaxy cluster, and a little corner of this vast, vast universe. And then you bring this emotional element to it. And we all have emotions, guarantee it. Right now we're seeing a lot of those emotions come up. Some of them very positive, some of them very negative. And we can only really be responsible for our place in it. Anyway, so maybe this isn't Don Quixote, maybe this is a conquistador, maybe this is the first moment of meeting the people that they know nothing about. What were their attitudes? What did they think? They must have been awestruck. I mean, if I were there, if I were coming from Europe into this new place, new lives, new animals, new plants, and then I was meeting a people who spoke a completely different language than me, what would I have thought? And then if I were on the other side of that issue, if this were my place of being, all of a sudden these new people came to my place of being, what would I have thought? There might have been fears. I'm sure there were fears. Apprehensions. It's a big word. Apprehensions. How many syllables, kids? Apprehension. Can you clap that out? Not one of my favorite words, I'll tell you that much. Nobody likes to have apprehension. It's like a negative emotion, I think. But fascination for sure. It's a new place. You thought you knew the world, but you didn't know the world in full. And a lot of people like to think that these people were discovered, but really they were here all along. And they had their own ideas and their own view of the universe. And back then, we're talking 600 years ago. There's a lot of things that we had no clue about. We didn't know what stars were necessarily. We didn't know much about the basic building blocks of life, DNA. We didn't know archaeology, the history of things, and how old the universe was, how old the world was. There's many things we still don't know. I like that. Sometimes not knowing makes you nervous, right? If I knew everything, there'd be no mystery. I'd probably get bored pretty quick. All right. That ding tells me I have to take care of something. I'm attached to my computer like 24/7 nowadays. So I might have a question I might have to answer. I'll leave it at that for now.